All right, guys. Thank you for joining me today. Appreciate it. For those of you that are here, I know that this is so. Let's start out. How does it sound? I know it looks like shit because whatever. It's my webcam, which I'm probably gonna upgrade the webcam. So I didn't have much for today. I didn't have many subjects to talk about because I wasn't sure whether or not this was going to work, and it does. But we can talk about a couple of things, and then tomorrow night I'll have. Thank you, Yarn Prepper. Tomorrow night I'll have a couple of subjects for the Angry Truth channel. Tomorrow night's live stream, or maybe I won't do tomorrow night because I do have to leave for Prepper Nurses One's uh, gathering he's having in West Virginia. So 2x4. All right. So anyway, guys, again, thank you. So as you can see, they didn't lift it, but the strike is over. I am going to try this video again, but I'm going to be a little more, I would say, careful in what I say because now I know what the trigger words are that you get. I know what the trigger words are that'll get you the strikes. So because I did the same topic on another show and that didn't get knocked, but it did get demonetized. This video, the video that got me the strike, got deleted completely and then got me the strike. So now I know where that line is, how or what I can say, what I can't say. So with that being said, um, let's talk about what the fuck is going on now. We're going to touch on Eric Adams being a complete douche. I'm going to do a video on this probably later in the week. Or rather, maybe I'll do it today in the rain. I don't know. But it is raining out, and I do my filming outside. So, we're going to talk about Eric Adams being a complete fucking loser in the fact that this guy went out of his way to buy billboards in Florida to, I guess, support the LGBT in Florida because of the uh, bill that DeSantis signed, which is known as the Don't Say Gay bill, but it's actually called the Parents' Rights in Education bill. So the Parents' Rights in Education bill has been this whirlwind of a storm for other states and cities that have no stake in the game. Example, New York City, buying the billboards and supporting the LGBT and telling them to come to New York. So the mayor of New York City is worried about some gay kids not getting taught LGBT lessons. He can't even keep kids in his own city alive. But he's worried about fucking gay kids or kids getting gay lessons in Florida. So he buys billboards and spends New York City money to buy these billboards. That is strange. Not even strange. That's liberal. That's the liberal disease for you, if you will. Sorry. Yeah, no, I hear them. I hear them coming up. Check the hallway. Yeah, check it anyway. Make sure it's not here. Sorry, guys. Fire trucks are pulling up the block, and whenever fire trucks pull up this block, we know that something's up. It normally is a fire or something bad. So we'll see, or it's a false alarm. But fire trucks don't come up the block as much. So I told the wife to go, sniff the hallway to see if there's any smell of smoke. So if there's not, then it's either this building right next to me or the building to the left of us. My left, sorry. Anyway, with that, sorry about that. So, again, you're spending New York City tax dollars on some shit that, again, that's in another state. You can't keep your own people alive here in the city, but you're worried about what they're teaching kids in another. It's just fucking. Yeah, Michael, could be an odor of ass. True, but again, that's few far in between here. Like I said. Angels arrived. Well, we're gonna touch on that a little later about the whole YouTube and restrictions, because there's a definite problem with this whole free speech thing, and it's only getting out of control. And they are picking at it, as we've all seen in the last 5 years, maybe 10. They've been picking at free speech a little bit at a time. Even worse, talk about free speech being restricted. Thank you for bringing that up. Eric Adams, the bag of shit he is, gets confronted by another city worker because here in New York City, they want to keep the mask on the kindergartens and pre-K kids, right? Pre-K kids, sorry. So they want to keep the mask on them because the COVID rates are going up. With that, a city worker confronts Adams, and pretty much all she said is, "Can we, we'd like to take the mask off the kids. It's doing more damage than good." Yada yada yada. With that, she gets fired. So imagine, next door. Well, this should be interesting. If this is a job next door, I might switch to the phone and live stream it from there. So we'll see. Once you hear radio transmissions like start the line, there's a definite job in the building. But anyway, it's the building next door, not in this building. So anyway, guys, sorry about all the distractions. So she gets fired. She gets fired for her opinion, actually. And thank you, Red Scout. She gets fired for her opinion. Uh, with that, guys, that's ending free speech. If you are firing somebody who has a kid that's in pre-K and she wants to know why he is still implementing these rules, that's a big problem. What's going on, Rick? And so she gets fired and loses her job. Now, it's in the media, it's in the news, so hopefully there's going to be a lot of backlash to it as far as the mayor overstepping his boundaries, or the manager, whoever her boss is, overstepping his or her boundary and firing her. So hopefully this turns into a big issue. But if I ever seen a lawsuit, that is the greatest lawsuit on this planet. Her getting fired for wondering about her kids' health, right? Meanwhile, he's worried about kids learning gay BCs in fucking Florida, right? Yes, Elon Musk did buy Twitter, or not. He didn't buy Twitter, but he has a large stake in Twitter, and the Twitter employees are having a meltdown about this as well. So maybe Elon Musk will bring free speech back to Twitter. I can't speak for Facebook and Instagram, but definitely we'll definitely see what's going on with there, because Elon Musk is a big defender of free speech, and so we'll see where this goes. We'll see how this turns out. Frazio, yeah, probably something Frazio. Probably bacon. Someone's cooking a hot dog in a pan. Who knows? It could be a food on the stove. You're right. But again, if we don't hear glass breaking or shit going down, then it's probably it's probably some bullshit. But anyway, with that, guys, this whole free speech thing is in the toilet, and it's funny when you bring up an opinion. With YouTube, you can get a strike and they can delete your channel. Now, this is my second strike on this channel, but it's outside of the 90 days. You get 90 days and then it gets lifted, and then you get another strike after that. So if I keep this momentum up, it'll be fine. Again, this channel is the Sacrificial Lamb channel. The next channel I'm going to start, but I'm going to leave it as a backup to this channel. So as soon as they give a strike to this channel, or rather they delete this channel, that channel will be up and running almost immediately. So we will have a backup channel as well, just to piss YouTube off. Because I told you guys before, this is the Sacrificial Lamb. It is bringing in some money, but like I said before, guys, money can't be everything. The money can't be you sacrificing what you stand for, right? So with that, even though the message is more important than making the stand in some cases, I know some of you are going to say that, I would absolutely test the waters a little more with this channel, right? But I know getting the message out is important, so I definitely do have to figure out a way how to keep this channel going and get the message out. But again, this channel is a Sacrificial Lamb, so if they do cancel this channel, or they do delete it, I'll have a backup channel in play. Crazy backyard. Exactly. That's the problem with this whole thing, is that people will get on him like, oh my god, I don't like that. I don't like that he used that word. Whatever word I use. Let's say I said vagina. Oh my god, he used it in the wrong context. He's a misogynist. I'm like, wow, this is where we are. People just you know, I don't know. People just are so sensitive about everything. Would you advertise apartment access acts? Sorry, I have a bunch of acts here in the house. They're all over the place. Oh shit. Okay. If it's slowing down or I'm what you call, let me know, please, because I didn't plug in the internet. Anyway, I am buffering. All right, that's pretty good. So, and yes, and if you are going to own an axe in the apartment, just keep it like by the door or some shit. Keep it somewhere where you can. No sound. Buffering. Good morning. Freezing up. 0. All right, hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Buffering. Yep, you got up and it made. Maybe YouTube's having a problem. You're back. It's back. Good. You're good. All right. Good. 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 I didn't want to fucking have to restart this stream. But anyway, I'm not going to keep this up and running too long because these are normally shorter. And I'm not going to keep this up. All right. Good. Too long because these are normally shorter. All right. Good. So we're back up and running. Maybe I won't. Let's see. You're right. Maybe I was pissing them off, and they're like, "Oh shit, that guy's at it again. Get him." And then they fucking looped my shit. But whatever. Guys, that being said, there's a lot going on with this free speech. And for example, my issue, and I'm going to talk about it tomorrow night on the Angry Truths channel. I'm going to talk about there is more to the whole Will Smith smacking thing than people are seeing. Now, a lot of people still think this is fake. I do not know why people still think this fake. This is fake. If you pay attention to all of the signs, the body language, the eye contact, it definitely wasn't fake. It wasn't staged. And listen, guys, if it was staged, Will Smith is taking some kind of a beating for stage or fake bullshit. That being said, I'm going to get into why the Will Smith thing is a bigger issue, because people are missing one great, not a great point, but they're missing this one angle of the whole smack that's starting to develop out of this. And I can't believe racism is developing out of this, which is weird, and free speech. For people on this channel or the Angry Prepper channel that said Will Smith, or rather Chris Rock deserved the smack, you are absolutely against free speech because you're advocating for violence for speaking or joking or saying whatever the fuck you're going to say. Keep in mind, guys, this channel is about free speech, right? This is why I also developed this channel, but it's also the sacrificial lamb. You should be able to say whatever the fuck you want to say without getting, without getting smacked in the face. An example: yesterday or 2 days ago, there was teen tennis players. The kid that lost smacked the kid in the face that won. They watched this Will Smith shit and go, well, there's no real repercussions, and then the kid winds up smacking his, what you call it, in the face. A Space Daddy, again, if you think this is fake, you're not paying attention. You're not paying attention to how Will Smith was embarrassed on national TV by his wife when she came out to him about cheating on national TV. He has a lot of things that his wife has been eating away at him over the years. And it's not about let's move on, because again, then you're one of those people that are missing the bigger issue. And if you are, again, if you think that this was fake or you think that this is a hoax, then you're missing the fucking freedom of speech part. This is how they go after it, and they go after it in a huge way with this now. Because now they're looking at it going, well, you know what? Chris Rock shouldn't have said that. He deserved that smack in the face. So now any comedian that gets up on stage and says some shit somebody else doesn't like, they deserve a smack in the face. Do you see what's wrong with this, guys? Now you're advocating violence for what people say. If you don't like it, then that's what this is. This situation is bringing this to the forefront, bringing this to light, and that is the big problem. And people are just like, "Oh, this is fake." This is not fake. There are more angles that people are not seeing to this incident, especially afterwards that was happening. The aftermath of this, guys. I'm talking about the immediate aftermath, like right after this whole shit went down. Chris Rock trying to apologize to fucking Will Smith, and Will Smith is sitting there going, "No." Will Smith is sitting there pissed off, and Chris Rock is still messing with this in his head, right? Space Daddy, you're right. Yes, okay, you're right. The masses are not thinking with that logic, but that's why we speak about that shit here, because the masses are not talking about that logic. We are. I'm noticing something very dangerous. I'm noticing people saying, "Well, he smacked Chris Rock, and Chris Rock deserved it. Chris Rock's a lousy comedian. Chris Rock is mean." Now all of a sudden we became these sensitive bitches about that. But again, I definitely want to talk more about that tomorrow night, because that is the problem that we're missing. We're missing that huge thing, guys. And if you make this okay, if people keep advocating for Will Smith to smack Chris Rock, and they're on Will Smith's side for doing what he did because he's standing up for his shitty bag of shit wife. His wife's a piece of shit, guys. The bitch has been a piece of shit since she was young in Hollywood. All right, she's never been a good fucking person. When they first got together, I said this bitch is bad for him. She's going to run his life, and she's been running his life. And the fact that you could sit there on national TV and talk to your husband about how you cheated and what you did and how it made you feel, instead of having this conversation one on one, that makes her a piece of shit. I would have hauled off and punched that bitch in the face on national TV. Smacking somebody, that would have been the person to smack, because she demeaned this guy on national TV, right? And she went after him in such a way that it was disgusting. Thank you, Vicky. And that's the problem. Not listen. Granted, he probably did his cheating too back in the days, and she did her. But the fact that she did it on national TV, there's something very, very wrong. They should have had that conversation behind closed doors. They shouldn't have had that. She shouldn't have been sitting there going, "Well, it was like an entanglement. That's what it was. It was an entanglement. And he goes, "Well, it was a relationship." And he goes, She goes, "Well, yeah, but an entanglement." So they're sitting there arguing about vocabulary and what to use. Bitch, you were cheating. That's what you were doing. Let's not turn it into an elegant word. Let's not make cheating and say entanglement to make it sound elegant. Bitch, you're not elegant. You're a fucking two-bit whore from the hood who fucking got lucky with acting. That's all you are. That's all you'll ever be. But I digress. I will talk more about that, and that rant will be a little more heavier tomorrow night, because tomorrow night's up in the air, because like I said, I have to go to prepper nurses one thing. We will see how I feel tomorrow night, whether I'll do one or not. And if I do one tomorrow night, as soon as I'm done with the live stream, I head out to West Virginia. But anyway, guys, I don't want to fucking get into the whole thing. But yeah, I'm more pissed about how people are perceiving this and saying that he deserved it and all this other crazy shit. Whatever, guys, and people are just because now here's the problem. Any comedian that gets on stage now and starts joking or picking at the crowd, because that's what comedians do. You start picking at the crowd, you're like, "Oh, look at such and such sitting there, with his fucking tight t-shirt on his big arms." Now that person doesn't like that joke, he's gonna get up and smack the dude in the face. You know what I mean? It's out of control, guys. Angry Homestead. I might go live in West Virginia with Prepper Nurse One. We'll see if the time allots it. Hopefully it will, but we'll see if it allots it. But Tasha Cook, why wow? Well, Scrappy Cat. Here's the problem. They're gonna go with the "it was staged" so they can get away from destroying the rest of Will Smith's career. Again, the couple of angles I saw afterwards, I'm like, this isn't staged. There's no way it's staged. And if it was staged, they would have came out with it immediately. They wouldn't have dragged it on for a week. Watch Will Smith lose movie gigs, money, and all this other bullshit. I don't think so, guys. Again, it got too carried away. The time to clean it up would have been right after it, not 2 weeks later. Now you're working, or a week later. Sorry, no, yeah, almost 2 weeks later. You're working with this. It doesn't make sense. And it could have been a distraction or for something else. I think part of it is we're going to talk about something real quick before we go off the air because we got a couple minutes. Flight 93. That was one of the planes that went down during the Trade Center. I'm going to touch on it a little bit because I'm going to talk to you about convenient distractions. Right? This was a convenient distraction for Hollywood. Convenient distraction of Flight 93 was that the people fought for the plane back and that they crashed the plane on their own. That's a convenient distraction because what happened to the plane was it was shot down. Confirmed, it was shot down. I know a couple of people who worked in the Air Force and one guy that worked in an Army base who worked in one of the flight towers. It was confirmed it was shot down. The media picked up the story and ran with the story that the plane was taken down by the people on the plane because they wanted to fight back. They were fighting back to get the plane, and then instead of letting it crash into the White House, they took it for a nosedive. There's so many holes in that fucking story, but whatever. The media went along with it. Everybody went along with it. And I went to aviation high school as a teenager, so I know the basics of planes. Any basics of planes, I know about. And the way that plane went down into the ground, guys, there's no way that they crashed it on purpose, right? So and then to boot, the tail of the plane was 17 or 20 miles away from the actual crash site. These are reports you can find for yourself online. With that, guys, the plane was shot down, and the word was given by Cheney, out of all people, not Bush, Cheney. So Cheney gave the go-ahead because they thought it was going into D.C. With that, guys, now they turn around and they go, well, the media's picking up the story. Let's let the media run with it. We're not going to say what we did. And that was it. Now, had they come out with the truth, that would have been a different story. But whatever. And so that was a convenient distraction for them. The media coming out with the story. The City Prepper 116. There was debris. And again, I saw a lot of... So you're confusing that with the Pentagon. There was no debris with the Pentagon. There was debris in Shanksville. There was a lot of debris in Shanksville. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that discussion. That's a can of worms. I try not to open up all the way because there's so many places you can go with this. Straight to 6 months from the truth. Yeah, yes. Scrappy Cat, thank you for the article. I will read it right after this. Well, now they're going to say it's a publicity stunt because they're using the media and everybody else running with the whole it was staged. But the fallout, the crying, all of that bullshit, that couldn't have been staged. His apology afterwards, his apology during it. Again, I get it. Convenience. Nothing with the Pentagon. But again, guys, I get the whole. I don't want to get too far into it, but I'm just using Flight 93 as a convenient distraction. That's all it was, right? And the same thing with this. Hollywood doesn't want to talk about the shit that they need to talk about. Let's talk about the rapings and the sex trafficking of kids. They don't want to talk about that. So anytime that comes up, guys, they bring up some new shit. They're like, "Whoa, Me Too." Weinstein, the only producer in Hollywood, touched your vagina. We'll start the Me Too movement. And with that, the Me Too movement flooded Hollywood, and they forgot about the kids that they were diddling in the fucking corner, right? And all these women came out, Harvey Weinstein touched my nipple, and then women are fucking crying and carrying on. But forget about fucking Corey Haim, Corey Feldman, and the rest of those kids that were getting passed around Hollywood's like a fucking blunt, right? So, again, guys, convenient distraction is all it was. But it definitely was real because the confusion on Chris Rock's face is what led me to the it was real. And then there are videos that you have to find. They won't show it to you. You have to find the videos of Chris Rock trying to apologize to Will Smith, and Will Smith is like, like you see him move his head, like it sounds like he's like, leave me the fuck alone, get away from me. Whatever he's saying, that's what's going on. But again, there are too many different angles, and his chin wasn't tucked in. If you look at the other video, he was leaning forward like he was waiting for Will to say something to him, and Will didn't say anything to him. Will said it with a hand. But anyway, that's a different subject for a different day. Anyway, listen, guys, we're going to pick this conversation up hopefully in the Angry Truth channel tomorrow. If not, it will definitely be next Monday or Tuesday night after I get back from Prepper Nurses 1 gathering. Yeah, and then yes, guys, you got Roman Polanski and Woody Allen. They protected those fucking people like like you wouldn't believe. Harvey Weinstein isn't protected. He's in jail. He's sucking somebody's dick right now. But that's not the point. Sorry. But yeah, they protect a lot of these people, guys, and they want to keep them protected. They want to keep Hollywood protected. There are probably a lot of motherfuckers that if they came out with the whole sexual abuse of kids, there are a lot of motherfuckers that are still alive today that would end up in jail. And I think it would absolutely, utterly crash Hollywood, which at this point Hollywood needs. Hollywood needs a giant reset button. And they need that reset button to be pushed. Because enough already with hiding behind all of the bullshit that happens. But anyway, with that, guys, thank you for joining me this morning, rather. Thank you for putting up with my bullshit with the channel. Other than that, guys, I will see you guys either tomorrow night or next week. All right, guys? Thank you for watching.